I said, listen, these guys have come to my aid. And I said, you guys want, actually, I had the party chair call me up and say, "Hey, you got to stop going to city council meetings and speaking. It's dangerous for you." And I'm like, well, that's what we're here for. You know, you're telling me not to speak?
Right.
It's crazy.
This is Miss Lynn right here. She's a Republican. Are you from Philly?
Yeah, from 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah.
She saw the light. You saw the light in when COVID.
With COVID and when Trump ran.
The first time.
The most important thing is we need Philadelphians to join the Republican Party, run for office, come to city council meetings, get active. You can't sit on the sidelines because the Democrats really embraced criminal cartels, illegal aliens. They are not supporting the people of Philadelphia. Their support is outside of Philadelphia. So Philadelphians need to take a stand. And please join the Republican Party and be active. That's the most important thing. Nothing gets done.
Gotta be active.
Sidelands.
You're absolutely right. You gotta be active.
Yeah.
American citizens, oh, well, we're getting ready to remind you. Every elected official from over when they get into that seat is to protect the American citizens. And the Democratic Party has failed in that. They failed their number one oath of duty. In Chicago, illegal aliens have taken over the black community. They pushed the black citizens out and they moved the illegal aliens in. This is your Democratic Party in Chicago. And it's happening everywhere. In any Democratic-led city and state, the real Americans are pushed to the back. And illegal aliens are prioritized over the real American. We say no more. We say no more. No longer will we allow a party to tell us to just vote for me. Vote blue no matter who. We're not just voting blue no matter who no more.
At 9 o'clock, they still sleep. You should be teaching them. They shouldn't be sleep. They should be being taught. That's the problem. That's why that's why our kids don't know nothing. Cause all y'all do is make sure they sleep. That's why they're not proficient in reading. Cause you got them sleeping at what time? 11:55. 11:55. That's why the kids don't learn nothing. Cause of stuff like that. That's why the kids don't learn nothing. That's why the kids don't learn nothing. Cause they sleep. They sleep. Freedom of speech. Learn the First Amendment. This is free. This is free right here.
Thank you guys.
Understand this right here. You don't own this. You don't own this. Yeah.
We love you.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We love you.
Kids there. Kids.
We love you. And remember, it's all public space.
Right.
It's all public space.
But they don't know that because they don't teach them that.
That's right. If they can have no kings, we're going to have Americans.
Yeah.
If they can have no kings protests all around, then we're going to have American protests. That's what we're doing. If they can have a no kings protest everywhere funded by taxpayers, then the real American taxpayer citizens, we're going to protest. We're going to have a rally. No more. No more. Rise up. Rise up, Philly.
Call the police. Do whatever y'all need to do.
No more. You pay for this. Your tax dollars pay for everything you see that's happening. Every dime your taxpayers pay for this. Rise up. Take your city back.
Man, 12 o'clock.
I don't care anything. Rest in peace. To the
Kids been sleeping probably since they got in there.
That's why we are out here fighting.
That's why our kids are not proficient in reading.
Read, do math, or English. That's why we are out here.
And they're learning shack.
And they're learning that they can be a he, she, trans, but they know their pronouns. I bet you know kids know their pronouns. They know that. They know their pronouns. Pronouns, Danielle. But I guess they don't know Right, I bet you they're not proficient in reading. They're not. You want me to tell you the numbers? 31%. It's 31%.
31%.
Can only read on proficient level, y'all. That's a little higher than us. It's only 29% of our kids in Chicago that's proficient in reading. We want to save our children, no matter how upset you get. We want to save our children. We want to save America. Yes. Without Philadelphia, there is no America. That's right. We here to save it.
Abolish,
Right. We are here to it. Let them know.
abolish the lottery machines. Abolish the lottery machines.
We are Americans and we stand first. We stand first. If you hate America while living in America, I don't know what to tell you. Go to the country of your choice.
Right.
But we Americans. If America go down, we don't have nowhere to go.
Right.
This is where everything we live, everything we have, everything we invested in is here. If America go down, we can't run to another country.
Yeah.
This is our home. Our ancestors built America. They're used to the. We're here to stay. We're not going nowhere. But that government gonna work for us.
Yeah. Because we're the customer. Because we're the customer.
Because we're the customers, and we're getting in that office to make sure that the real taxpaying citizens are heard and represented.
Right.
Because the Democratic Party don't represent Americans.
They don't.
They don't represent Americans.
They really don't. No, absolutely
The
not.
Democratic Party is the party of trans and foreigners.
Yes.
Illegal aliens. And Danielle, they're also the party of chaos and destruction. That's it.
Yeah.
Chaos, division, and destruction.
And a
That's-
party
that's-
of assassination.
Yes. Just like we found out the Democratic Party was funding the KKK.
Right.
They just talk. Why they not talking about it, Danielle? Why they're funding? They're funding the KKK. And guess who it is? Representation. That's who's doing it.
Right.
Ain't the white man holding us down. It's us. It's us.
Yeah.
These are our
Just like the kids asleep at 11:30.
We
The
see
kids asleep at 11:30.
just like in Chicago, it's all black faces in high places that's stealing your money. That's not representing you. It's not the white supremacy. Yeah, when you go back to Chicago, you go on and tell them that our mayor decided that she was going to tax us an additional $2 just to ride on Uber or Lyft.
Oh,
Who does
welcome.
that affect the most? You. Me. You. Kids that's got to go to school. That's right. The working class that's got to take the SEPTA transportation. And SEPTA, please don't get me down that road. Right. It's not safe. It's filthy.
Oh, another
It's
CTA.
race-infested,
Another
it's
CTA.
dirty, and it's unsafe for our children to ride. But yet and still, they want to tax us an additional $2 for a service that's an alternative. Stop telling me about these different. Who does that sound like, Chicago? Who does that sound? Don't that sound like Chicago?
Sound like Brandon.
This is what every Democratic city have in common.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
Everything she said. This is what let's go.
Oh,
This is what every
yeah.
Democratic city and state have in common.
Right.
Everything. Unsafe.
That's why y'all getting up out of office. That's why y'all getting up out of office. It's real
All
simple.
they do is going to
It's real simple. Y'all getting up out of
cut
office.
spending. They're going to create taxes, more taxes to tax you because they want you to pay for those communism and socialism programs. They're not going to pay for it. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. You're going to pay for it. No, we say no more.
No more.
No more. Rise up! Rise
Chicago.
up, Philly! Let's go, Philly! Let's go! In the way, stay in your lane.
Democrats.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. You're on the way.
That's
I'm
right.
really in the way.
Let them know. Let them know.
That's right.
Man, I'm really in the way.
Nice to meet you. You know what I'm saying?
What's this say?
Stay in your way. Stay in your way.
Stay out.
You're in the way. Stay in your lane.
Hey, sometimes you like tell something about Philadelphia. Just something. Just a message to say.
Okay.
Oh. What you need? Give me that.
I don't forget so if somebody wants to get on here. Okay? If somebody needs to buy this, you hey, you gotta get on the okay. Just getting on okay, so what you okay.
Like just some inspiration.
Okay, so all right. Hey Philly, first of all, hey Philly, first of all, I love it because Rocky is my favorite movie, right? I'm a trainer. So I'm going to recreate that because I got to jog and run up those Philly stairs and say, let's do it, Philly. So I'm going to do that. But anyway, Philadelphia, listen, when you look at any Democratic ran city, they all say, we're from Chicago. And everything you're experiencing and dealing with is what we're dealing with in Chicago.
Yes.
Listen, as far as the kids are proficient, their proficient rate, it's the same thing. She just said that only, 30% of kids are proficient in reading. Well, in Chicago, it's only 28% that's proficient in reading. In math, we only have like 18% in math. Oh, she just gave no, they're only is the same. Affordability for Americans and real Americans and citizens, we might as well forget it. We're going to be the new homeless. Just like in Chicago and just like in Philly, in California and in New York. You have to look at all the Democratic laws in this state and they all look the same.
They called the police.
American.
They called the police to be on public way. To be on a public way. And they teaching kids. I'll get them out of there.
They have pushed us out of our communities, the black communities, and they had put illegal aliens and into our communities, gave them everything. See the little resources that we had, functional field houses, school, and housed them, and then took our apartment buildings and houses and placed them in all on our taxpayer dollars. We funded that. So we're funding our replacement. So you, especially Black Americans who have voted 98% of your vote in 60 to 70 years to the Democratic Party, you're the ones being affected by it. Just like in Chicago, just like in Philadelphia. All the Democratic Party do is tax and create more tax. Nothing to give you economic relief. In Chicago, our property taxes have tripled in the south and west side, which is predominantly the black communities, because they want to push you out. But yet, illegal aliens are funding, they're living high, they're buying their homes, they're getting homes. How is it that illegal, you come over here illegally, only here 2 years, but you can afford a home? With Americans, we have to have what? Credit history. You have to, right.
Okay.
You have to, they're going to look at, have you ever found bank? What do you say?
Hello, how you doing?
Oh, you have
You gotta get up and go in there.
credit search and credit history.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
But how do you, if people come over with nothing, but they're doing that they create an must rise up and take our communities and cities back. What we need you all to do is get in office because these politicians, they're part of that machine, especially in Chicago and tomorrow. So we need you all to get in office and represent the true tax-paying Americans. Okay, awesome.
We got
Thank
the
you
cell.
so much.
All right.
Talina, come on, we're gonna make our way inside. Yes, how you doing?
Make your way inside.
No.
I am now. Good. How you doing? That's a nice little spot. Nice little. They're gonna be speaking from.
So whoever's talking is going to be here.
Okay.
We got people sitting there, people in the chairs, and
They're gonna be. If people speak, they're gonna be speaking right there, Danny. When people speak, they're gonna be speaking right there.
hi, I'm here. Nice to meet you. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking nice.
Man.
We'll get mic'd up soon, so I can be Bob Mike's. So, me, that's me. Wait, I'm gonna say. So we can.
Yes.
So this one.
So,
What is
you
it?
this one.
It's like I gotta send it to you. Like that. Oh yeah, oh yes, this one, yeah, oh yes.
You got true Americans. This is what we're talking about. True Americans, right? True Americans rising up and saying enough is enough. Enough is enough. The cost of living is what,
The
so?
cost of living is too expensive, and we're not gonna pay it anymore. It's about to go down.
Yes,
We are the taxpayers. We're not paying this. The cost of living is too high. It's too high. You can't sit here and tell me that it can't go down.
right.
It can.
It can.
It can.
If you stop stealing the money,
No, it can.
you're right. Stop stealing.
Vote a Democrat.
Yes.
If you demolish the whole Democratic, Party, the cost of living will go down.
Definitely.
The cost of living will go down. So we're going to have to demolish the whole Democratic Party, and that is by all voting red.
Yeah.
We're one time for the one time from Philadelphia to Chicago. Vote red. We don't have nothing to lose.
Nothing.
They literally have given everything to the illegals. They don't care. Black is about to be the new homeless if y'all don't do it.
Right. Right.
Y'all don't do it. So I'm just saying, the cost of living is too high, and we are done with it.
I'm gonna go into him just, okay, you with my phone, you need the
Hey.
mic.
He got if I get a picture of you.
Huh?
If I get a picture.
You get a picture.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll get
Yeah.
them. You get them.
You gotta send these pictures.
That's it. Thank you.
No.
Now you're on.
I'm about to go, because he said something, I just want to tell him, real quick. Listen, guys, I just need you to see what we're experiencing in Chicago. It's the same. Gentlemen, can you please tell tell the camera what you told me out there as far as illegals that's replacing you all, because it's the same thing in Chicago.
I live in a part of Northeast Philly where, we're being replaced by illegal immigrants as far as like different types of Muslims, Russians, Ukrainians, Pakistanians, like you name it, we got it up there. My issue is, we're from this country, like we're from America. You know what I mean? They put African American on us to label us as an African American. You know what I mean? But our true history is American. We was born here. We're American. You know what I mean? They put white, black, and all that on us to try to divide us as a people. You know what I'm saying? As a people, we are American. We was born on this soil. We gonna die on this soil. You know what I mean? We can't all say our history go back to being African American. Like,
Right.
we can't say that.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Because of the fact we always been here. You know what I'm saying? From the Indians on, we always been here. So you can't replace what already been there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got all these different people coming over here and they living better than us. If you come up to the part of Philly I live in, bro, you see 18-year-olds driving $100,000 cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't speak no English. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably just graduated high school, but they driving $100,000 cars. Why they come to our communities and live better than us?
Wow, that's it. That's it. That's it. Yes, that's it. So the same thing we're dealing with in Chicago. Wake up, guys. We keep telling you we are fighting so hard to wake you up. You're being replaced. The Democratic Party is an anti-American party. Rest in peace to the Democratic Party. Rest in peace. R.I.P. to the Democratic Party. Yes, yes. Yeah, R.I.P. Yes, the real Americans are rising up.
You know, like their news ain't going to show them what's really going on. You know,
Tell it.
as far as like how they everything they accuse Trump was doing,
They're
doing
doing
You
right
know what I
now.
mean? White supremacist groups and everything. You know what I mean? So how would you align yourself with a party that came from the KKK? And of course, they're still going to fund them. They found it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And
Why
they're still funding the KKK.
wouldn't they fund it? You know what I mean? They founded it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like, it's crazy, man.
Wake up,
You
guys.
need to wake up, man. You better wake up, man. Before it's too late,
They don't
man.
discuss it because they quiet. They know nobody's discussing it.
No,
They
but they
just saw
ain't
how
saying
much
nothing.
money they
You know
get.
why? Because we've been trying to wake them up for so long and they still sleep, right? So what happens is when you point facts to a person, you know what I'm saying? Die hard facts like this. They've been indicted under this. So when you're putting facts out there, you know what I'm saying? Like the proof is in your face. You know what I'm saying? If they founded the KKK, why wouldn't they still fund it?
That's right.
They keep the hatred going. They keep the hatred going between us, so we can look at each other as being different. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, we're all created from God, man. We're all here, no matter what color we are.
That's right.
At the end of the day, we're all Americans.
That's right.
We're all Americans.
Republicans, that's right. All Republicans.
And black is Yes,
Told you guys.
Get me to speak up. They want everybody to stay quiet. See, the thing about the Democrat Party is that they so delusional that they don't want about nobody to know is that they are the same party that voted to keep their ancestors in slavery.
Right.
yes.
Over and over again. See, I used to be a brainwashed Democrat too, until one day I saw something on social media that touched my heart.
Yes, sir.
And that's when you had to open up, you had to say out loud, like, enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Allowing illegals coming in my neighborhood, getting entitled to all this stuff, and I ain't never been entitled to anything in my life.
Right.
I had to earn everything that I got today. Everything. I'm trying to finish. I speak for every single Philadelphian that's going through the same thing in bad neighborhoods just like me. I've been places. I've done things. But it never broke me, it never changed me. Because I always remained solid no matter what. Because I never ever forgot where I came from.
That's
I
right.
never forgot who my people was. But when you get tired of seeing something each and every year and you're not getting nothing, and you got seniors, you got elders, you got grandparents. I mean, look, it's homeless people all over the place. If you at least do something for the city, at least
Put down. That's right.
put something in their pocket.
That's right.
Do something for them. What about them? What about us?
Right.
We are Philadelphians. We matter too.
That's
We
right.
matter.
That's right. You
It don't
got
matter what you are. It don't matter if you Hispanic. It don't matter if you white, black, Greece. I cut myself today, tomorrow. I bleed the same blood as everybody else.
No. We got
Put it, yeah.
Listen, right? This is the true story, right? I met him, right? 'Cause I was driving around with a car with private chat, right? I met him. And he told me he was a Trump supporter. Now check this out, right? He told me he was a Trump supporter. Not right away, but
Never leave with that.
he told me he was a Trump supporter, right? And I was like, man, Trump's a racist. And he told me, he was like, listen, bro, you really need to do some research on Trump, right? So I'm like, all right. Now, I remember I was born in 1978. Now, throughout the 80s, I never heard nothing bad about Trump, right? But I wasn't looking at that. I was too brainwashed with what the news was telling us, right? So I was like, Trump's a racist. Trump's a racist. Trump left office, right? And it's funny how Trump, the only president that ever left office, that they brought all types of criminal charges up on. You know what I mean? Like, was it that y'all was so thirsty to lock this man up? You know what I'm saying? But throughout the history of us, Trump always helped us.
Help us.
You know what I'm saying? Always. He helped us throughout the 80s, the 90s. He was in rap videos with us. Come on, man. He wasn't a racist then.
Yeah.
So when did he become a racist? When he started talking out against transgender children. You know what I mean? It's two genders. When he started talking like that, he became racist. When he didn't go along with their agenda. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta go. We gotta start because at 2:30 we gotta have a hard stop at 2:30.
Okay. We want y'all to ask questions. We want you to engage. But Gary Easley is going to come and he's going to talk to us about all things Philadelphia. If there's anything or any specific topic that you want to chat or talk about, please feel free to ask Gary Easley. And we have a hard stop at 2:30. So we're moving things along. Sorry, it feels rushed, but that's what we need to do at this time. Is that okay? Everybody, we all good? Yes, we are.
I don't know if there's a way to get people on the other side of the room.
Yes, so
That'd
let me
be
get
better.
you on this side.
Yeah, because,
And if you're gonna come up and speak, Gary will direct you from.
yeah, we'll get you set up. So.
Yeah. I'll get another chair. This is it, y'all lit.
That yeah, maybe somebody that can hold it for you. Then we're going. That's good. That's good.
Somebody.
I'm gonna get. I'm gonna see if here to hold it for you. You got your.
You got a camera right here looking at that crowd. So
Okay.
all we're seeing now is I'm looking at what is that right?
Oh, you give that. Maybe he can.
All right.
Hold it for you because they're gonna spend time. You need to speed.
All right, folks. Nice to have everybody turn out. And the passion is incredible.
You got it.
And it reminds me of a couple of stories of Chicago. I was in Chicago one night. I'm in a cab, female driver, and she, so we get to chat as we always do, right? Find out she is licensed to carry, and she's carrying because her boyfriend got killed 2 years earlier. Her mother had left Chicago and moved somewhere else. And I said, well, now that she's gone somewhere else, is she voting differently? And this woman looked at me like I'd said something that was, she didn't understand. What do you mean voting differently? I said, well, you keep voting for the same people over and over and over again. You're telling me all these stories of pain and suffering in your city, and yet I never see any change in the politics of it. Nothing's changing. And what became clear in this conversation is that this woman really didn't understand that she had a voice. The voters in Chicago that I've talked to do not understand that they actually have a voice in the government of that city. They think it's all discerned by the machine, right? It just happens. They pick the alderman picked the candidate, the party picks the candidate, the ward. It's all done behind the scenes. And those people are so disenfranchised that really don't even bother to pay attention. Now, this woman lost her boyfriend to a murder and now carries a pistol because she's afraid. And it still hasn't clicked that if the people in Chicago could stand up, they could actually start to change things because there's certainly more of them than there are of the machine. That was about 10 years ago. Now, since that time, of course, ChicagoFlipsRed is up there. And what we've seen sweep through Philadelphia as well is an incredible surge of interest in seeing things go differently. Now, we were down here in 24, heading into the Trump campaign, heading into the 24 election, and talking to people and finding out that there was a massive amount of support for Donald Trump and for the America First policies, right? People are tired. Somebody earlier was talking about the invasion of this country. Now, they're immigrants in the building next door. They are hardcore patriots, right? Because they understand. They came from Vietnam. They understand what tyranny is. They lived in it. But if you kind of grew up in this and you kind of have enough, but maybe not as much as you'd like, and maybe the city's not as nice as you'd like, but somehow we got $40 trillion in debt. You don't know really where it went. People just sort of get lulled into complacency, and they just keep going. And they don't ever really engaged. So now you got in Philadelphia, FlipSred. And suddenly there's a whole new dialogue happening here. There's a new dialogue in Chicago. There's a new dialogue in Baltimore. And in these cities that have been so abused, the people are beginning to say, wait a minute. 34% proficiency in English in our schools is not acceptable. We want children who can read. 22% proficiency in math is not acceptable. We want kids that can do math. What's the answer? Well, we need more money. We were talking about these numbers earlier. It's not the money. Ohio spends about $17,000 per student and gets much better results than Philadelphia, which spends about $23,000 a student. It's not the money, it's the program. It's who's running that money, where that money's going. And if the money's going into people who are going to run your schools who are dedicated to the idea of exploring their sexual journey with a third grader, well, you're probably not going to get good reading out of that, right? So it's to me very encouraging to see all this change, seeing everybody step up and say, hey, we need to change. Now, if you think it's just in the cities, of course it's not. If you go into the collar counties of Philadelphia, you will find complacency, people that are unaware. You'll find people that are loyal to a party that don't really understand the policies. Some people that are angry at Trump, they hate him. They have this passionate dislike, this hate, and it consumes them. You can see it in their face. When you ask them why, they can't really explain. Because they've been so dumbed down and so propagandized, they don't even know what's going on in their own community. But if you look over the last 5 years, 6 years in Southeast Pennsylvania, county after county that was Republican and somewhat conservative has moved hardcore Democrat and radical leftist. And we've seen it in school boards, we've seen it in townships, we've seen it in boroughs, counties. Counties surrounding Philadelphia, the collar counties out there. The Republican members, if there is one, on their county council or county commission, they have no voice because they're grossly outnumbered. Or in places like Delaware County, you got 5 county councilors, not one Republican in the room.
They're all Marxists.
That's right. It used to be all Republican. Now, the Republicans haven't figured out why they've lost this, right? Because there are a couple of really key things. Number one, the other side gets their people passionate about the issues.
Yes.
They don't understand them. They don't really know what they're passionate about. They're just passionate. So they get these people so worked up. You've all seen the No Kings rounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, there's another thing. That's a $300 million event. The radical leftist is using $300 million to get these people out to protest. And they think they're protesting a king. But when you ask them, well, what is exactly the rights you think this king is taking? How do you think he's a... They can't answer any questions. They don't know anything. They're just angry. They're seething, right? And that's a big part of how this has happened. Because on this conservative side, what we think is the conservative side, you don't hear a lot about issues. And the reality is, when you start talking about the things that people care about, that people get engaged. I'm sure you're seeing that in Chicago.
Exactly.
They're tired of seeing that city be what it is. You know, in Chicago, there are probably 100,000 gangs, 115, one Alderman says, right? An army, a field army is 50,000 people. They're like 4 Army division of gang members in the greater Chicago market. How can that be? When you look at something like MS-13, 10 years ago, MS-13 had 10,000 soldiers in this country. That's before we opened the borders and allowed them to control that border. That's before the fentanyl attack, which claimed 400,000 Americans. 400,000 Americans dead from fentanyl, and it's not a crisis. Can you imagine a country that just lost 400,000 people and the response is nothing? And that's why it's important that everybody comes out. So I'm here listening to you guys on the street outside. It was great because there's the passion and the energy, and it's content. It is intense, focused on things that matter. It's not just screaming something you heard on TV. You know, you're paying attention to these issues, and that's the only way we move people from complacency to action. And we've got to get more people active. The reason this American agenda is stalled right now, and you think about it, what do we need to really fix this country? One critical thing is secure elections. How is it we've got a bill pending in the Senate that has 8% support among voters, all voters?
Right.
Democrats and Republicans, collectively, it's 80% support, and it can't get advanced. Well, that's because the guy that runs the Senate doesn't want it advanced.
They all in by trying.
So why is that? It's because we don't have enough people getting active. There's only one force in the world. I know you've heard this from me a lot. There's one force in the world powerful enough to save this country, and it's the American people. And all that has to happen is that you get activated. So it's fantastic that everybody's out today and that we're talking about the things that matter. And in this city, I can't imagine anything more important than education, because this very expensive $4.6 billion school system is failing. And it's destroying these children's future, because if you can't read and you can't do math, you're not going to be working very successful. Right? Now, when we were down, 2 years ago now, and we're talking to Rock and heard about all these barbers that kind of came together and started getting a hold of some of the kids that were walking by and saying, hey, maybe not going to gangs. Maybe we should talk about your, just mentoring them and help them find a path. That's such a critical thing to saving these kids, because frankly, they're in many cases lost. So you got schools that are training them to be uneducated, and you got that tells them join a gang, be a radical, depend on the government, don't work. Oh, and by the way, here's some fentanyl for you. What are we doing? So we got to fix all of this, and it's great that everybody's out to do that. Now, when you think about what has to happen between now and November to save this country, because to be clear, we are facing an existential threat. If we don't get this done, we lose the nation. And one of the most important things there is that save that. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's the bill that's in Congress that says you need a photo ID to vote. If you look at states that use photo ID, the incidence of election fraud goes way down. But if you look at places like Chicago, you think your elections are secure in Chicago? In Philadelphia, they're a joke. And frankly, across all of Pennsylvania, if you look at the data, you can instantly see that these elections are manipulated. Nobody thinks Joe Biden got 81 million votes. Jumps out at you.
Crystal clear.
Crystal clear, yeah. And yet, back in the day when that was happening, we were told there is no election fraud. That's a joke. Well, now, of course, we know about what they did in Venezuela with the elections down there. We know what they did with Lula in Brazil. We know what they've done around the countries that the same globalist actors would take a hold up to change their election outcomes so that they can get dictators. South America start sort of, down in Central America go down. There's been a steady march of leftist governments, radicals that have taken over, a steady loss of rights, and a descendants into poverty for all those people.
Yeah.
And why? Well, because their votes don't count. That's what we're headed for. If you look at Ireland right now, it's being invaded. Ireland's about 5.4 million people. We talked about it along with some Irish folks. About 5.4 million people, a third of them are Irish. The plan that the globalists have is to bring 5 million more people into Ireland. You think Ireland's going to be Ireland after that? No, not even close. They're stealing countries. They're stealing cities. They're stealing our cities. Just like we're about to be overran by this. Well, if you build 2 mosques a week down in Texas, right? Church being converted to Islam. And yet you're told if you're Christian, it's bad, right? Right. And if you're in the Congo or Nigeria and you want to kill some Christians, you go right ahead. The world's not going to say a word. This is unacceptable. I don't know how we got here, but here's where we are. So the fact that everybody's out talking about these issues that you're engaged in is important. Now, what do you actually do, though? Right? Well, you got to be talking to elected officials. You got to be doing it. You think it doesn't matter? It doesn't matter if one person calls. But about the time they get 10 calls, they start paying attention. If they get 30 calls, they think there's a movement and they begin to listen. So we can't do it alone. We can all do it together. Right? So you got to be calling people. You got to be aware of the issues that obviously you can tell from the conversation on the sidewalk. This crowd's aware of everything. You got to know what's going on. You guys do. Right? The people we see in our town halls and other counties do. Right? So we've got to do that. We got to get informed and we've got to take action. And then we got to get out there and vote. And we've got to vote with some thought. Yeah. There's on the Republican side, there's a large body of people that are simply loyal Republicans. It doesn't matter who you put in front of them, they'll vote for them. So same smoky backroom kind of scenario, the state committee picks a few candidates, they go around and get votes on the state committee, everybody does what they're told, and all of a sudden we get candidates that no one remembers. Does anybody remember who ran for anything last cycle? Anybody remember? Not memorable candidates, no effective campaigns, right? We need to change that leadership. So when you start looking at like who's running your city, you got to get out and vote. You got to vote with your head. You got to understand who they are and what they're going to do, and then you got to follow up. It'd be nice if we could hire these people; they would represent us. They don't. So you get out and vote, and you get out and vote for things as sort of unknown as state committee. Now, John's running for state committee. Police back here, where she felt out, she's on state committee. There's a group on, Wendy's running for state committee, right? Anybody else running for state committee?
No, Veronica's running for committee.
All right, you're running for committee. That's important. Getting active and engaged in the party is really important, but then doing that with your own voice is important. Everybody that we support that's going into this goes in it because they care about the issues and they want to change what's happening in this country. And there is a group in state committee that is like that. There just aren't enough of them. We need more. So it's really important over these next few weeks that you tell everybody you know to get out and vote for these candidates for state committee, because it makes a difference. All these candidates that ran for Commonwealth Court, Supreme Court, and all these other offices that nobody remembers, they were chosen by state committee. The people that you get a chance to vote on are determined by state committee. So we got to get Alante on that committee, along with all our friends around the counties that are already fighting the fight. We need reinforcements on that committee. So this is really important. So you get informed, you get after the issues, you call your representatives, you got to work these people, and you got to know the issues. Issues are complicated sometimes, right? It's like this war in Iran is very hard for people to process. They don't understand it. We spend a lot of time on it. For those that don't know, we do a radio show every Friday from 12 to 2 on WFBB here in Philly. And we go through these things in detail with generals and, whatnot, and really dig down with economists and everybody. And so, we get into this stuff pretty deep. But Joe Main Street, the average person out there, they know very little about these issues. And processing something like this war is just beyond what they're going to contemplate, especially the NFL draft. Right? It really, as you know, it kind of bothers me a little bit that 320,000 people show up for the NFL draft. We can't get that many to show up for an election. It's a little frustrating that their focus is which college kid is going to which company, rather than say schools with 34% reading at a $23,000 a year cost. Right? So it's a challenge we have in front of us. But between now and these midterms, we need to be calling our elected officials. We need to be supporting candidates that are worth it. I don't put time into any of these campaigns anymore for candidates that aren't worth it. They're not fighting them. If they don't know the issues, I'm not spending my time, because it won't make any difference if they get elected. The odds will get elected pretty low, right? So we got to do these things. We got to get access. We got to get people around us. So we need to have calls, the radio show, we host social media. John's having city council all the time talking to them. We spent years talking to county commissioner meetings in these different places, school board meetings and things like that. We got to get people off the couch because we can save this thing. But we can't say that it has speed with that pepper. So that's kind of the message today. But this crowd, you guys are fired up.
Yes.
It's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you to everybody that came out today. So I'm not going to be long. Danielle's running for mayor next year. We're going to have this speech. Yesterday, we're so grateful for them to come. William Small, he's running for Congress. He's a writer. So I would like for the candidates, to speak. This is about, you guys want to represent the people. I'm a strong believer in earning everybody. I will never tell anybody to vote for somebody strictly off of a letter. I don't care about the letter D. I don't care about the letter R. I am a MAGA Republican. Yeah. But you have to earn everybody's vote. And I hope what I've shown everybody since, I've been doing this since 2024. But if you just found out about me this year, I hope I've earned your vote. Like I've been giving this year my all. And so if you're not registered, we're going to get you registered. If you're registered, a Democrat, we're going to hope you flip over and vote for me on May 19th. In Philadelphia and Chicago, the battle was a tad bit different. I tell everybody, I am for everybody. I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you live at. I'm for all Americans. I don't play that. My message is for everybody. Because these taxes affect everybody. These school boards affect everybody. I say that the battle is a tad bit different because before I can talk about anything that's important, I have to talk about race. I got to talk about whether Trump is racist or not. today to convince anybody to like President Trump. I like President Trump. If you don't like him, I don't care. I'm here to talk to you about Mayor Sherelle Parker's Uber tax, Amazon tax, wage tax, property tax, sugar tax. And we have one fundamental question here. Where does the money go?
Yeah,
They
right.
said the solar tax was supposed to go to schools.
Right.
It went to parks and recreations. Now, I do care about beautification. I do want to see the neighborhoods cleaned up, but you told me that specific tax was going to schools. And what did I get for my money? Because everything is a business. That's what I've been taught. The United States of America is a business. Schools are a business. What did I get for my money? Kids were reading proficiency levels at 35%. The mathematic levels is at 25%. That's what I got for my money in 72 juniors. I don't know what I got for my money. So you're not going to just keep, employing climate. They call it, got these special words, climate teachers. These are non-teaching positions. These are positions that they can't let them go. They hired these teachers with COVID money that Joe Biden handed out. COVID money that was not supposed to be reoccurring. They knew this. They kept kicking the ball down the yard. And they said, down the line, and they said, well, we'll wait till somebody else get in there, and then we'll, raise taxes again. Why did you increase non-teaching positions, for mental health? They don't want to suspend kids anymore. You can't discipline kids. But all these therapeutic teachings and all of this crazy stuff. They're making it so, listen to parents. Teacher bet not say anything to my kid. They've now made the parents an enemy against the teachers now. You can't even reprimand, you can't even tell a student when he's doing something wrong there. If you look at the videos that's going viral, it's always, I don't mean to pick on single mothers, but it's usually a single mom. You better not say nothing to I'm going up to the school to act a fool. Is that what we do? In our community, we don't have any temperament, any discipline, any structure. Before we can talk about anything that's important, before we can talk about things like that, I try to tell people I don't have a victim mentality. And that's what they want to instill in our community, to have a victim mentality. I've never been a victim. What happened back in 400 years ago, I don't know. I wasn't there. That's not my game. That's the piece for the ancestors. But I'm moving on. I'm not watching slave movies. I don't want to watch another 12 years of slave movie. All right? I had to start with this because this is the problem that we have in our community. I can't talk to somebody about why we terror other countries. Oh, Trump terror. He just want to ruin the country. You think he did all of this? Impeachments, 34 fake felonies, assassination attempts, 97% bad media coverage. The worst that any president's had. You think he's done all of this just to ruin the country? He's a billionaire. You think he want to do this just for shits and giggles?
Yeah, you don't take his salary.
He don't get to take the salary.
Yeah, he don't.
So a person who's a billionaire doesn't know what he's doing with business, is what you're telling me. Most of these people who say these things have never accomplished anything in their lives. They never dare for greatness.
Hey, yo, check it. If he touches bad president, how many L's he got under his belt right now?
A lot of wins right now. They have conditioned Americans, not just Black Americans, but all Americans, to support other countries over our country. It's okay for China to tax us. We can't even get our products into China. It was so bad. But they're allowed to have their cars and everything made in China, made in Pakistan. That's everything, all our clothing. But it's a bad thing if we do reciprocal. We're gonna do it back to you. I don't feel that this is fair.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. So when he says, "Man, when has America ever been great?" America's great right now. They're telling you if you're not a specific religion, a particular religion in that country, they will kill you. You can whatever religion you be, Buddhist, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, whatever you want to be here, and you won't get touched. You can go say F Trump and you won't get touched. Tomorrow you won't get touched. You do that in Europe, they're locking you up. You go online and say anything wrong about the government, they are locking you up. You're getting put in work camps. And so many Americans that don't have a clue what's going on with the real world. So I tell people to wrap this up because I don't want to be long-winded. Y'all hear me speaking up every week. I can't get enough. The one to get out of this. I don't know what slavery looks like. I've never been through Jim Crow. I've never been through segregation. It was the Republican Party that fought for my 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. It was the Republican Party that gave me the Enforcement Act when the Democrats created the Ku Klux Klan. It was Republican President Ulysses S. Grant that gave us the without force of intimidation. It was Republicans that fought for my civil rights. That's right. If you looked at who voted for that, it was lopsided. It was a Democrat senator who gave the longest filibuster ever on the Senate floor opposing our civil. They said the party switched. Right now, the Democrats just got exposed for giving $3 million to the KKK. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got indicted.
They have reported 30 million illegal aliens in here to undercut American wages. So when Trump said in 2024 that they're taking black jobs, oh, he's racist, right? Where does illegal aliens live? They don't live in the rich white neighborhoods. They live in the black neighborhoods. You want to work where you live at, right?
Yep.
So all of these illegal aliens who cannot read, write, understand English, because that's one of the requirements if you want to become a naturalized citizen. People don't know that. It's actual requirements. You got to learn our Constitution. You got to take a civics test. You got to renounce the prior allegiances that you had. You have to you have to show good moral conduct for a specific time. There's actual requirements to become an American that 30 million illegals have not done. So when they're burning flags, they didn't come here to assimilate to be a part of our culture. No. So yes, they're undercutting American wages when they're getting CDL licenses, like what they did in California, killing Americans on highways. Yes, they work construction jobs. They're willing to work less for us. So when they're saying that, oh, we're not getting paid, you're working against yourself when you're supporting illegal aliens. An employer does not have to raise your wages if he knows this illegal alien would do it for cheaper. That's their new slaves. LBJ said when he did the Great Society Act, this is how the civil rights was co-opted or whatever. They took it what it was really supposed to be. He said, and you heard me say this in City Council, I will have these niggas voting Democrat for the next 200 years. He did that, and Philadelphia's been voting for the mayor office for 70 years, so we got 130 more to go. And we do it because we made race a god. We made race a skin color. We act like I can't go against my people. I can't go against my because auntie's ignorant, mom is ignorant, father's ignorant, and some of us we know the truth, but we don't want to go against our family because we know there's a risk of being alienated from our family. When you stand with God, when you stand with Christ, and I know I got some Muslims in here, I'm not here to disrespect anybody's religion, but I am Christian. When you stand with Christ, you know you're standing on the right side. You're going to realize that you're going to lose friends and family. You have to pick up your cross. And it's a sacrifice to going on the right side. So I don't care whoever you decide to pray to. I'm not here to disrespect anybody's religion. Whoever you pray to, you got to understand that you're going to lose friends and family when you choose the correct side. This is a battle versus good versus evil. It's not about white and black. That's bullshit. So yes, the message got to be tailored a little bit because our community are just a bunch of zombies. Most of them only vote Democrat. The other are low propensity. I don't vote at all. So I don't want to hear you complaining when you're going down Broad Street and you can only go 25 miles per hour. If you go above that, you will get a fine. You want to know why that law's in there? Because we keep voting Democrat. That's right. You voted for somebody because she's a female and she's black. I don't vote for nobody in the fucking skin color. You gotta earn my vote. I'm tired of it. I don't care about your gender. I don't care. Men are supposed to lead. So when you see people like Roland Martin, you see people vote like a woman, a black, what do you say? Vote like a woman. That's not even Bible. Men are supposed to lead. Now, we got great women leaders here. That don't mean women don't lead. But men, you have to get more involved. If you are more in tune with your football fantasy league and you don't know what the issues are, you cool with men who got mental health issues.
Going to the back.
If you cool with men who got mental health issues, trust this woman. Reading books to your children, that's a problem. If your kids can tell you who they 3 top rappers are, but they can't tell you who the first 3 presidents was, that's a problem. Men used to dress like how this man is dressing.
Right. Go well.
Men used to care about their appearance. Men don't know how to tie. Young boys don't know how to tie ties. They don't know how to give firm handshakes. They don't know how to look somebody in the eye. They don't have to open up doors for women anymore. They're making women split bills on dinner dates. When is this ever been a thing? I sit the back of something. I'm so sorry I'm going with it. Go on these sector trains. More money for sector. 400 million. Another 500 millionaires. What do I get for my money? Ask these politicians when the last time they ever been on a train. Because my car, I don't have a car anymore. I've been on subway lately. I've been on the years. I'm like, yo, I used to smoke weed. I used to hide the fact that I used to smoke weed.
Now you don't want to.
Now they don't hide it anymore. They don't sector trains rolling up blunts like it's normal. You see 15-year-olds rolling up blunts on sector trains.
Yeah.
You see men that are 50 years old, drunk, ices in their hands. Loud music, ignorant, a lot of crime, women being raped, people being assaulted. It's just normal, man, for the being degenerate. So I want to wrap this up. Listen, I'm voting. I need y'all to vote for. I am voting, but I need y'all to vote for me on May 19th. I'm running for PA GOP State Committee. I'm here to change life. I'm here to flip tables like Jesus did in the
Amen.
They're spending money to try to stop me from winning this position.
I know.
They manipulate people to say this is not that important. If it's not that important, you get the seat up.
That's right. That's right.
Here, everybody vote. So listen, I want to bring Danielle up. Danielle is running for mayor in Chicago. She's challenging the market. Right. It's a lot in Chicago. Slowly, all of them in Chicago, they set the tone. I watched them. We were going viral a couple years ago for our flag raise. But because of my work life, I wasn't able to get up to city council. When I saw them, I got one day I got to get up. I visualized this and I was seeing through time. I said, I'm going to be up there one day. I'm going to be up there speaking because these women inspired me to do that. And now I'm doing it. So Danielle, the floor is yours. You're going well.
Thank you guys. Thank you all for having us. I'm gonna bring Zoe up with me because I know I want Philadelphia because we're in Philadelphia. I want them to get a chance to hear who you are and who's running. Yeah. Because I know we have a hard stop 2:30. But anyway, guys, what you just said is similar to everything we are going through in Chicago. Far as what you said, the sugar tax, the bag tax, the streaming tax, the if they can tax the air, oxygen,
Yeah, they'll do it.
they will do it. So this is what we are experiencing. And when you look at every Democratic led city and state, they all look the same. Tax, 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 tax. And the illegal aliens taking over communities. This is what we are dealing with right here in Chicago. So we are similar. We actually the same. My story is what made me get into this race is, and you know what? Let me just address this. The reason why we have voted the same way, which is Democrat, because we're not educated in the Black community to look at policies. We were just taught to vote blue no matter what. We wasn't taught to look at policies. And so you have this that's been perpetuated down through the years. And when you see CTU That's Chicago Teachers Union. And you see what they're teaching our kids right now. They're teaching them to hate America and embrace communism. This is what's being taught to the kids and in the universities. That's why you see this wave of Americans that's advocating for all the other countries and they hate America because it's being taught, they're being indoctrinated. And it's starting from kids. So you, kindergarten, that's what you see in Chicago. So I just wanted to address that. We are ignorant. We never been taught to look at policies. And that's why you have a group that's voting. We've been voting 98% for 50 to 60 years Democrat. So we're in the fields and we're being very diligent in doing this work to educate our people. Because if you take the base, which is the Black community, if you take a chunk of that base from the Democratic Party, they'll never win elections again. Because we are the ones who can yeah, Hispanics don't vote that way as a monolith. White Americans don't vote that way. We're the only ones. So it's very important that we educate our people. So I just wanted to make sure I get that out. We know that what you just said, Alonte, what we're experiencing is we pay the CPS, we pay 30,000 per kid. So and they don't care anything about our kids. It's about the numbers. It's about how much money they can continue to get off our kids because the pipeline with our kids is school to jail to prison. So they're getting 30,000 per kid. And like you said, only 29% of our kids are proficient in reading. And 18, they're proficient in math. So that's what we're dealing with, exactly the same issues that we're dealing with in Chicago. And what do they all have in common? They're ran by the Democratic Party. And have been. We haven't had a Republican mayor in Chicago since 1931. You do the math. Since 1952. Wow. So, yeah, and they all look the same. So, like I said, my experience is a little different. And my husband, he's a retired CPD officer. He recently retired under Brandon Johnson. And what we experienced is when they brought, first of all, when Biden opened the border, because everybody likes to talk about the middle of the story, let's talk about the beginning of the story. Biden opened that border. On his first day, he undid 94 executive orders that President Trump secured the border and opened it and allowed 22 million, we believe it's more, in illegal, unvetted criminals into our country. And because Texas wasn't a sanctuary city or state, wasn't a state, he said, okay, the fake news won't cover this. You all are lying, talking about the border secure. I'm going to send them to the sanctuary cities that said, bring them here. And then they sent them to Chicago. So that's how they got here. In Chicago, Brandon Johnson, and we call them the Hispanic KKK because those are the owners who vote everything that's destroying Americans. They said, keep the buses coming. They didn't care what we said as Americans. They actually, when we were in the city hall and tried to advocate for our communities and ourselves, they tried to kick us out and arrest us. So when they brought them here, they took functional field houses. They took schools. They put them in our community and they told us to stand in the back. Everything that we've been asking for to make our communities economically secure, they told us they could have. But we had to watch them take the little resources we had and to give our tax dollars to people who hadn't paid a dime to the system. So we had to watch that. So my husband, being a CPD officer, they put them in the police stations. And guys, my husband said what made him just really say, this is crazy. When homeless people come in, when it's real cold in Chicago, they have to, and they come in at night, but at 6 o'clock in the morning, they have to put them down. I don't care how cold it is, you got to go. But we watched them take illegal aliens in, let them live there. You should have saw it, guys. It was sleeping bags all over the police stations. You couldn't go in there if you need a report. Kids running around outside of the police station. They had tents, they were selling food, prostituting, drinking, smoking weed, and they couldn't arrest them because this is where they live in. This is what they said. So they were allowed to break laws that we as Americans could never imagine getting away with. They were allowed to do things that we couldn't, and the police could not arrest them. So this is what, and then under that, we had a bed bug problem, we had tuberculosis problem, and we had a measles problem with that epidemic. So this is what we were experiencing in Chicago. So what he said was enough was when we were seeing that illegal alien restaurants pop up on our block, and they were allowed to operate. Now, me and my husband did everything right. I'm a fitness trainer. We did everything right. I don't lie on my taxes, and we, had a small business. We bought property, bought a building that was supposed to be for the opportunity zones for that President Trump implemented. We bought that. We bought it. We spent our hard-earned money. We bought this building. And when it came down to small business, we had great credit, everything. We kept getting the runarounds. We as Americans could not get a small business loan. We couldn't get grants that were supposed to go to us. And year after year, they would just keep stringing us along. You have this. Let's see your taxes. Let's see what your income for the next two cycles. Now we give everything they asked for. We gave them, and then eventually, 3 years later, they denied us. Why? But by this time, taxes. They're receiving these high property taxing. And so when you get the high property taxes, then you go to the city in the county to get help, and they don't know. They're bringing the county bring the city, the county, the state, and then you can't get any help. And by the time that come along, you haven't got help for those property taxes, and then it come another cycle of property taxes, high property taxes that come. And this is how they're taking our property in our businesses. So when that happened, then I try to keep my property tax bill right in my purse to remind myself this is why we must do what we're doing. But anyway, to say that's what just that fell on my doorstep, and that's what made me get involved. So usually it's things that you have to experience on your own to say enough is enough. Most people are walking around, they don't even understand what's going on. They don't have a clue, because they're just trying to pay bills. They're working 3 and 4 jobs as Americans. And so when we see that we were able to, we saw functional illegal alien restaurants that were able to function and operate on residential areas. There was, you'll see a restaurant right there. And I'm not talking about chips and things. They had fry machines. They had generators on the sidewalk. Now we would be shut down. Where's your permit? Where's your sanitation license? We couldn't do that, but they were allowed. They were popping up everywhere, and the police didn't do anything. And this is gas. They getting snaps. They're getting snapped. So they're getting the food with the SNAP benefits, and everything they're getting is tax-free money, while we're being taxed. So when we saw that, we complained no help at all as well. So that's when we said enough is enough. And that's when you saw ChicagoFlipsRed start. Zoe has her own story with me, which is familiar to them.
This morning was the city had me messed up. See, Chicago knocked down my family's building as violation of the Fifth Amendment. Refused to compensate. Put my mother in the hospital, living in Atlanta. I packed my stuff up, and I went down to, I protested outside for 17 weeks. I used to work for D. Gregory. I did the D. Gregory place. Protested outside for 17 weeks, got ignored. Eventually went in, and I told Brandon Johnson about 3 times, like, look, man, I was in Georgia when they flipped that state blue. I will flip this city red. This is the worst customer service I've ever had in my life. I know you're always going to down. I'm from New York. I don't get down like that. For East Coast, for y'all know Philly. I don't get down like that. We are taxpayers. We're customers. The cost of living is too high. And the Democratic Party does not know anything but nonprofits. They're real welfare recipients. They don't know how to give back. They don't know about rebates. They don't know about tax returns. They don't know about anything because they are the scammers. And that's just what it is. The only person, everybody has the same equal rights if you're an American citizen except the felon. And I know that because I'm dealing with that with the city of Chicago knocked my family's building down. That's my generational wealth and my home. I got people right now, allies right now, true radical Republicans right now, willing to pay my family's rent up for a year. And the city of Chicago refuses to give me a spot. Because this is about land grant. This is about property grant. This is about, at the end of the day, if the truth, Black Americans who are born and raised on this soil do not rise up, there's only still 13% of us since 1965. So if we still haven't figured out how to cut this in half, 6.5 apiece, and go Republican, and the other one either sit on the couch or go Republican. And there ain't nothing in here. So you think city don't vote Democrat. You can call me whatever you want. Just do not call me a Democrat. You call me a cool. I love my privilege. It's a blessing to be in my presence. And that's how everybody has to think. We are the voter. Votes are priceless. So at the end of the day, we got our ancestors taught us. And like you wrote, I was born in 1986. I don't know nothing about slavery, but what I do know is this modern day slavery, and you think that you are going to tell me how to run my life. No, you're not. So we're going to have to shut it down, and we will. And we're going to stick with Donald Trump. Anybody that got problems with Donald Trump, they're the op. So you move around now. They are the op. Republican, I don't care if you claim yourself a Republican. If you're a Republican and you don't like Trump, you're an op and you're racist. Because the only reason why you really don't like Trump is because so many Black conservatives who have always been conservative have now got up and say, nah, men, y'all have to lead the way. Y'all have to lead the way. You understand? You have to. I mean, I try to explain this to a lot of men in Chicago. You know, they want to sit and send me messages. You need to do it like this. Well, get up, King. Get up and show me. Because what I see is a person that ain't going. I'm not going. Regardless, male, female, whatever, I'm not going. So at the end of the day, men need to get up. Y'all need to understand the Constitutional Bill of Rights. Y'all need to understand history. I'm a Republican because if you go back and look at history, the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, the freedmen, we're freedmen. I consider myself a freedman. So when people try to come to me and tell me I'm not a real Republican, you don't even know your history. So at the end of that day, that's just what it is. There's a lot of people that are mad Republicans. America first. Economy first, absolutely. I align myself with anything Donald Trump do and Abraham Lincoln and civil and the radical Republicans when it comes to his story. History, radical Republicans read the stories. Like they didn't teach us none of this, so you can't be upset at yourself for not learning this. I literally wasn't from Miss Jessica Jackson. Shout out to Miss Jessica Jackson. And they broke it down. This Jessica been in the trenches with me since day one doing this. Danielle came 6 months later, but she was in the trenches for the illegal alien stuff. She was standing with the people in Brighton Park. So God makes no mistakes, you know. And at this point, we honor you, John. You know, we honor what she like me. But we honor ChicagoFlipsRed because they know it's now it's a place game on. You understand? ChicagoFlipsRed. Okay, well, here comes FlipsRed. The Democrats can never get that way. So they're really going to see how these flip red chains all over the country is going to make sure a Democrat never gets back in there because we're the new Republican Party. We're the new generation of Oh, and she is going to be mayor. What's going to happen has happened. God is with us. Our ancestors are with us. And she is going to be the next mayor of Chicago. And that's just what it is.
Everything that the people that I'm asking to vote for me experience is what I've experienced and what I'm experiencing. I live what they live in. I live on the south side of Chicago. If it's a chance when I go to my car, I can get robbed. It's a chance when my kid walk out the street, he can get shot and gunned down. This is what we are all experiencing. So I just, when we say, and this is very important, let me say this, and I hate that I didn't say this in the beginning. When God called you for something, because he had been calling me, and I was worried about, okay, how my business, because we are in a heavily Democratic ran city. And my business, I train a lot of Black women. So of course, when you don't support Kamala, your business is going to suffer because they're going to say, Danny, how do you not support this Black woman and you're supporting a racist because they are led to believe Trump is a racist. So it was in Kamala's Black. So yeah, so it was like I was dealing with me and I knew, I said, okay, well, if I do this, my business is gone. And when I saw that, how much the evil we had allowed to gain ground when it came down to when I saw the kids and we saw the transgender story album from ages 0 to 5 years old, guys. They were having a drag-free story album showing public library. And they were having gender affirming stations. And yeah, from 0 through 5. These are the ages they are doing it to our kids. And then I said, you know what, God, well, enough is enough. Whatever you need me to do, I'm going to do it. If you take everything from me, I'm going to do it. And I made up my mind and started speaking out about these things. And I did, my business, everybody, they were mad. The women were mad and they stopped coming, you a traitor, you this, you that. But in that, I had to learn that in your obedience to God, when he's leading you to do something, you can't look at where you're at and you can't think about money because where he's taking you to is you have the heart of the people. Because let me just say that in that, when Bidenomics was in full effect, those same very clients that was mad at me, the women were coming down there to their workout sessions crying because they couldn't even afford to pay for eggs, gas, and work, and their kids' college. Some of the kids were in college. They couldn't afford that. They couldn't afford to keep their home because taxes, property taxes, was eating all of that up. And then we would have to stop and pray together. And while we were working out, stop and pray because it was so hard for those same people. So God, what he let me know is, your heart is for the people. I have always given you this. And when you are a good steward over a little, I will give you ruler over much. But you have to keep it because the very thing you're doing, to be in office, all you are is a servant to the people. It's not for you to be servant, it's for you to be a servant. And be a good steward over the people money who are saying, I entrust you with my money and you are going to do the right thing for us. That's all your job is. And that's my heart, and God knew that. So I would have the right people, the great people around me to implement my vision for Chicago, because everything that I'm going to implement is what we've been experiencing: high crimes, high property taxes. I'm going to know a forensic audit, indictment, and prison time. That's it. That's it. Get it to work. Yes, thank you all for having us here. We love what you are doing. We appreciate you all. We appreciate Lonnie and like you said, she's out there. But I'm gonna let the other candidates that's coming up here that's running. I'm gonna let you all speak because that's mostly important for Philly. Philly, wake up and listen to what these candidates have to say. All right, thank you.
You bring it home, all right? Okay. So Veronica, come on, you running for committee, you got to talk. Excuse me. Yeah, I put you off by.
Again,
Yeah.
hi guys, my name is Veronica. Veronica Davis. Else in the room, I'm sick of the bullshit. So I want to make a change. I want to educate myself even further to in the future run for city council. From the Kensington area right now, so I'm tired. And I feel as though if they see familiar faces, faces that look like them, and I'm talking about the people that are voting for these same people, maybe they will listen and feel more comfortable with what we have to say. So I'm just here to do my part.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to do it. Mhm.
Wendy, then Will brings it home.
Thank you. Well, my name is Wendy. I was born and raised in South Philly. I used to hang 19th and Norris. I then moved 26 years ago to Delaware County. It was Republican. When I moved, I changed to Republican because I was in Philly. I was a Democrat. They told me Democrats are for the poor people, Republicans are for the rich. When I got out on my own and bought a house, I found out it's crazy. Okay, and living in the suburbs, our biggest problem are the white liberal females.
That's
And I'm out there with my I am out there in their face, and I also have Trump for king sign. And I tell them, I want Trump to be king to take your voting rights away. District 2 PA State Committee seat, I am Grassroots. The GOP hate me because they also hate Trump. Pennsylvania GOP hates Trump. Don't let them fool you. They are not Grassroots. They do not like to support me, and I don't want their support. I do it on my own. I have a Grassroots team that we meetings and stuff that we do. So I'm running on the District 2, and I've been knocking, I've been hanging, but yeah, that's what it is. And they are the white liberal crazy women of the suburbs. They are the biggest problem ever. The big. I can tell you before I even found Alante, believe it or not, because I have friends in Chicago. So I was so excited when you guys said that you were coming. But yeah, that's enough about me.
The people in Chicago, they don't help.
Yeah, they hate Trump.
They want to crush him because
It's just
they're great. Exactly. They're great and shine. Exactly.
all right, well, bring us home.
Yes, yes. It's hard to be. Good morning, everybody. William Small. I'm ready for 30. Thank you, John, Alante, Nia, ChicagoFlipsRed. You know, the Republican Party is a special party. You know,
Yeah.
my grandfather, he was a Republican. His name is William J. Whipper. He was responsible for taking a lot of the pro-slavery laws in South Carolina and flipping them around. And he was a Republican, the first Black legislator in South Carolina. So I love the Republican Party. But we're all here today because there's something going on in our country. Our cities, our states, we tired of it. Everybody spoke on the taxes. That's like a no-brainer. Some people even say we fought a Revolutionary War because of the taxes. You know, and this is a revolution. Yes. This is a revolution. I remember hearing once that the revolution would not be televised.
It's live streamed.
Live stream.
Yeah, it's hard being a Republican too. It's hard being a Republican. You know, I'm in the 3rd district, and I'm in the most democratic district in the United States of America. Even today, my presumed opponent in November, one of his employees came here and, wanted to start an argument. So that's how deep it is with this democratic mind frame in Philadelphia. We don't pay attention to the policies. We don't pay attention to what's done to us. We don't pay attention to what's done for us. We just know blue. Blue, 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 blue. Somebody I knew my whole life. The first thing she said to me was, vote red? I think not. But we got to change that. We got to change that. We have to really make people understand that what's going on is not okay. The thing about me is when I get to Congress, and I will get to Congress, it's not a debate or anything. I think I'm the only person in Congress that will hold everyone accountable. As you know, the U.S. Congress has no powers in the city of Philadelphia. But when I get to Congress, they will do everything I say because I'm the one that's sending the money to Philadelphia. So it's going to be no more overlapping programs. Our future Chicago mayor said that they couldn't get a grant. And that's part of the problem. Every time you apply for a grant, you need a grant writer. But people have been to college, high school. We're not smart enough to fill out an application. So that's the problem. Because grants is how small businesses thrive. Grants are how employees that are part of companies who aren't generating cash in their first 2 years, that's how they get paid. That's how cities thrive off grants. So we need Republicans that will make that process easy. Another one is our borders. We got Trump. Trump is doing an excellent job with our borders, better than any president has ever done. But Trump can't stay in there forever. And that's the problem. Right now, it's a Democratic takeover. They're trying to take the House. They're trying to take the Senate. They're trying to take mayor seats. They're trying to take school board positions, everything, And when they get in, those borders will be open again. So your businesses that you dream of starting, the funds, they have to go somewhere. The schools that you dream of sending your children to that, you want to be good so we can get out of this educational rut that we're in. They're going to get worse because those illegal immigrants that come here, they come with children. And those children have to go to schools. That is not a debate, but they're going to be in the school of your children. And it's already 30-1 for a teacher. 30-1. That's a problem. That is a huge problem. So we need everybody to get out here and vote. We need everybody to talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends. Don't look at strangers. And for Democrats, don't look at the Republican Party. Look at the person. The person, because the person is your neighbor, your brother, your sister, your cousin. The Republican Party isn't the person. It's a movement. It's a belief. It's the other side, the better side. You know what I mean? It's the reason why they call us right. Because we are it. We are it. We believe in low taxes. We believe in safer streets, law and order. We believe in thriving small businesses because the employment rate can't rise unless small businesses thrive. If taxes are through the roof, how can small business thrive? How? We're slowly turning to a dictatorship. Mayor Cheryl Parker, she's been spoken about several times at this meeting. For a public official to call out the citizens of their jurisdiction is completely out of line. Completely out of line. It's never been done before. I've never heard the president call out the Americans and ask us how dare we question anything he does. That sounds like a dictator. That's exactly what that sounds like. It sounds like someone who's overstepped their boundaries. And we can't trust anything to change. If we vote their friends in, they're not going to go against their friends. We have to vote another party in. We have to vote people that will hold them accountable. Because at this point, we have to make them do things. They won't do it. Our city council is just asking for more money and more money and more money, but they have not one way to make income revenue without taxes. That's Los Angeles, Miami, Houston. All these large cities have found revenue ways, but Philadelphia hasn't. When we run out of money, we say we're going to give you another tax, and we want you to be cool with it. And then we're in the streets jumping for joy on their campaign trails, saying vote for this person, vote for that person. But not one of them has even said what they will do when they go to Congress. I am literally the only one in the third district that said what they're going to do. They're saying what they have done, but they're not saying what they're going to do because they're not going to do anything. If you vote a Democratic, they're not going to do anything because the system is already rigged for them. They want us to stay in poverty. Their system does not thrive unless we are in poverty. It doesn't thrive. Every grant they get is for poverty. PHA, Philadelphia Housing Authority, poverty. It costs more to maintain PHA than it does to just make these people homeowners. They'll build these townhomes up, they'll tear them down, and they'll build them up again. I gotta get a mortgage in order to build something from the ground up. But the city of Philadelphia, in order to keep the poverty rate going, they'll build it up, and they'll let you live in there. They'll have 6,900 vacant jobs in the city of Philadelphia and say, hey, we're in the green for the first time, guys. Well, because they're not giving out any jobs. And we're letting illegal immigrants come. So now these resources are being shared with the unemployed, the illegal immigrants. And it's crazy. And we wonder why we're in debt. We wonder why we're asking for more and more money. So on May 19th, you do the right thing. Vote Republican. Thank you. Yeah. And for me, please write it in 3rd Congressional District, PA. Please write it in William Small. Thank you.
So we can go outside, have some fun, flag wave, get on the bullhorns. Let's get this content, and then at 2:30, when me and Danielle, Nina, Zoe gonna be on down Giordano at 2:30. But from now to then, let's go have some fun. Down.
Listen, that big thing.
Huh?
I want to take this picture real quick.
Take a picture.
Okay. You gonna take a picture?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bother you for another picture because the one he got, so like, I'll take yours first.
That means a lot to he inspired. I'm not glad you don't TikTok.
Sit down. He was something my grandfather. I was a leader just like out. He's looking me up.
That was a lot to
Huge amount of
Thank you so much. Get out again. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. It's just something to do. Okay. So hard to be black.
I'll be with you. YouTube comment. The mastermind.
It's all the mastermind.
Yeah.
I think they won't let me get on the stage. They scared of me on that stage.
Here try Michael Jam on YouTube.
Okay.
I'll be y'all coming a second. Yeah, I was like Zelda Basketball.
Zelda Mastermind.
I did today. I said, bring Justin Jackson with y'all.
Jessica.
When y'all was
Yeah, Brian. She
y'all from the
went to go see her grandbaby. She hasn't seen her grandbabies for a while because she's been fighting her fight. So she finally took a break to go see her grandbabies in Sacramento. Say what's up to us.
Yeah, what's up? Just Jackson, we should be here.
I mean, I told Brandy on YouTube. I mean, I fight a good fight. Keep it up. You know what I mean? Republican family forever. Yeah, that's something bring just in there.
I'll figure it out. I'll try to get my picture.
You too.
Showing where the line item, where the corruption is, and where the spending.
Well, I will put in pictures with it, you guys.
Oh yeah.
Change because everybody is to keep this machine.
How long are you in the area for?
We'll leave tomorrow.
How long have you been
Yeah, yesterday.
Where'd you go?
Went to Hook and Reel, and we got today. We're gonna go to the Rockets.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna go do this.
Gonna have you run up and down, huh? It's the exercise.
We're gonna do it. I'm gonna do a video.
And the alternate you see
Get
it,
that music ready. You ready?
Right.
when I say, as mayor, I gotta have executive powers. There's the purpose and all that money, that's what it's gonna be. And then once you see the fraud, because you know it's at the tip, all of that, once you see that fraud, and you know President Trump sitting in the because that's where everyone's always so they are everyone they job she's going to justice churches. So I think you should
Good one right here. I want to take a picture real quick.
it's good to see to you too.
I go teachers training. Yeah, we're gonna get it over.
I know.
We just want to take a picture real quick.
Okay.
Why do we have that? Because we truthfully those
That's awesome. So inspiring. So should I just post them on your Facebook page?
Oh, there. Take my phone number, whatever it is for you.
I did. Yeah.
See what you want to.
This one, they were. They like just they so then I got her.
Change because everybody is and they are staying they we don't talk in the phone. So they're not to do years and they're not going to they don't really want to
How did you come up with that?
just you know I without the money, without the line, I believe so. I said, but actually, it's money, but like actually end up right. And now, like, I want to be educated. I don't just be right. Yeah, because they always like, oh, you gotta be cool, you gotta be cool, you gotta be this. And it's like, I always go to all every time I choose to party to nonpartisan, I go back to the home my and I said why? And then like when the election I'm the suburb girl. They found that out.
Lose count of all my favorites. One still has
Say,
so really.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you that. He really. Your story hits the heart. I just be ready. Us this stuff. All
Take yourself.
That job is gonna be perfect. Keep going to the camp. You're gonna have that job. Keep going to the camp. You're gonna have that job. You're gonna have that job.
We're not for the ice out there. We like ice around this place. We like nice now. They're going nice. Stuff it goes. We don't want them getting our city down. We don't want them in our construction. We don't want them in our agriculture.
It's one job hit the street got one experience to do. They took that job.
Listen,
They took that
they
job.
just dropped 75,000 illegal immigrants right here in Philadelphia.
If they can't speak English, they got to go. If they can't speak English, they got to go. I don't want to read your phone. I don't want to read no translators. I don't want to speak to no. You need to learn English. The borders is closed. All 76,000 illegals got to go. No more soda tax. No more property tax. No more cigarette tax. Tax. And these streets is torn up. Yup.
They trying to tax our barbershop 2.5%. In addition to what we already pay, we say no more taxes.
I don't want these going to the illegals, but they ain't going to businesses like HairForever.
Why they not helping us clean up our
No more tax out there. That's for Trump. But them illegals got to go. Them illegals, tell city council, them illegals got to go. Tell Lady Krasner, them illegals got to go.
I keep telling y'all we switching them red, we flipping them red.
They act like it ain't no patriots here. We ain't voting on the skin color. We ain't voting on the gender no
That's
more.
right. You ain't got a policy we like. No to you.
These schools is trash. These schools are like prisons. These schools are like prisons. And these schools is trash. These kids can't read. They can tell you who their favorite rappers is, but they can't tell you who the first 5 presidents were.
Not at all.
They can tell me every Blue Shiesty lyric, but they can't tell me who the presidents are.
They don't tell you their pronouns.
You don't want to hear no more. All y'all teach is stripper rapping and drill rapping. That's all y'all got. Y'all the party of parties. That's what y'all about. The party of parties. Y'all can throw a party, I give y'all that. Y'all got Megan Thee Stallion shaking her ass at every event. I give y'all that. They thought we were going to vote because Megan was shaking her ass.
Yeah. And Cardi B, let's not forget her. That's right.
And Kamala still not black. And Kamala still not black. And Kamala still not black. And Kamala is the bullside abortion.
Danny, we outside.
All they got is girl rap for it. That's all the city got for our kids. We stripper rappers. That's all they got. Ain't nobody getting married no more. Ain't nobody producing kids anymore. It's nasty work out here in this community. It's nasty. That's a party of demon cracks. Excuse me.
Demon Chris.
Where you at?
Oh, man. No more flow, no matter who.
Danielle, come on.
Commies. We don't support the commies.
USA.
USA! 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 USA!
USA. USA, 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 USA. They gonna say they lost their mind. They gonna say they lost their mind. I'm the big home. I'm the big home.
Oh, they can wait. They can wait. So we came for them. Not, yeah, they can wait.
No more men and women. No more singing two genders. He's back, baby. America's back. That ain't all to entries here in Philly. You can have all the mates on that. This is our thing. Ain't nobody getting paid here. Ain't nobody getting paid to do this. Ain't no George Soros money over here. This is all our game.
State committee candidates over here. Candidates running for Congress. Come on over and meet them.
Ain't nobody getting paid to do this. This ain't no fake protest. This ain't scripted.
You don't get paid to do that. Come on over.
That's what a real protest sound like. When you see them dipshits, them dudes, you don't feel them jaws. You don't feel them.
Come on.
Republicans banking forever. Show to the draft. Y'all been voting Democrat for 70 plus years. And what you got to show for but some crumbs? No prosperity. I want to eat. I don't want the crumbs. How you gonna get the money to the illegals? Medical, housing, everything. No prosperity. They better say no. They get the housing. Talk big shit.
She gonna help you right on that one. I keep telling you, we flipping it around, we flipping it around. This is not, let's go. Let's go, Philadelphia. Let's go.
She's a for these public housing units. We tired of it. We don't get the Soviet Union whole thing.
I love you. I love the fact that y'all get us something. Well,
Yeah, this
but I ran the crowd was like, this what I need right here.
yeah, because it wasn't making no sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go.
Go back and tell them you sent patrons on the floor. And go back and tell you how you about. Tell them about the committee, man. You seen them. I seen them with my own eyes. They hear y'all. ChicagoFlipsRed, thank you.
Draw for state committee.
Dallas always here, thank you. Thank you. Shout out to ChicagoFlipsRed.
That help man.
Y'all go state committee. Spread the link up, y'all messed up. I'm gonna tell you how y'all messed up.
Y'all told us we couldn't be here in North Philadelphia.
They said I bet you won't go to the hood.
Where y'all politicians at though? Where them Democrats at? Do they ever come to this neighborhood?
Hell
Do
no.
they ever pull up?
Hell no. Hell no.
I'll even time. America first. America first. America's great. America's bad. They said it was America great. America's great right now. You ain't never had it so easy. You never had it so better to be black in America right now. You got more rights than a lot of people in this world. America been great. America's the only place where you can cuss out a politician and keep your life. America been great. They asked me was America great. Yes, like that. Let's go. America always been great.
We just flipped another one.
We flipped them in the real life. We flipped them in the real life.
Don't be Republican. Don't be Republican.
Oh, MAGA Republican.
MAGA Republican.
MAGA Republican.
Yes, MAGA Republican.
Don't MAGA. I stand on it. I stand on it.
We said we was flipping it red. We flipping it red. Let's go. Hold the let's go. Wave the flag. You want your money.
You hear horns in North Philly right now? Horns out here in North Philly right now.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
I hear horns in North Philly right there. They stunned. They stunned. America's back. America's right. You hear them, Lord. You hear them, Lord.
I got home, step down.
Look at horns, chapter. And then get better social services.
Republicans gonna keep your job.
We need better schools. We need better homes. Pump that horn. Chapter, no more PTA.
Yeah, I know you have to handle when you look different.
They don't restrict you.
America first, baby.
Everybody keep flipping it red.
Flipping it red. We doing?
Republicans, patriots, and conservatives.
We doing? We doing?
Listen, we flipping it red, guys. Flipping it red. We said it, we doing it. That's what we do. Philly and Chicago.
Gas. That's it.
Y'all figuring out. Young leader! Young leader!
Flipping it red. Flipping it red, Philly. You should have never messed with Americans. You should have never messed with Americans. You should have left us alone. Now, game on, baby. America first. Americans, we're rising up. We're taking our city, state, and country back. It's over. Rest in peace. Remember I made that video years ago. Rest in peace to the Democrats.
Mayor, we're trying to stop trashing our area.
That's right. Let's go, Philly. Let's go, Philly.
If this gets passed, your property taxes are going up. If it stop trashing your area and gets passed, your property taxes will rise. They don't tell you that part. They don't tell you that part. If you're tired of driving 25 miles per hour, stop voting Democrat.
Stop voting Democrat.
Stop voting Democrat.
Rest in peace to the Democratic Party. Shame!
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 That's crazy work.
Shame! Shame! Shame on your Democratic Party! Shame!
I'm not a victim. I've never been a slave. Rest in peace to the ancestors, but I've never been a slave. I don't know what Jim Crow looked like. I don't know what segregation looked like. I've never been denied a loan. I've never been denied eating in restaurants. I've never been home. I'm protesting right now, nobody bothers.
Right, we're
I've never been a slave. I can vote. I can go to any bank. Are we losing? Where's black people losing at?
only thing we're losing is our jobs and our property and our homes and our businesses who are illegal aliens. That's what we're losing.
We're gonna have to stop that. I gotta tighten up.
Let's go.
Y'all gotta tighten up.
We gotta tighten up, right?
You gotta tighten up, Danielle.
What we gotta do?
I gotta tighten up.
We gotta what? We gotta flip it red. We gotta flip it red. If you want lower taxes, what we have to do?
We gotta think differently, y'all.
If we want better schools, we have to do what?
Flip the red.
If we want closed borders, what do we have to do?
You got to keep it for another 100 years. Keep it red for another 100 years. We can't let these Marxists get back. They crazy. They batshit crazy. They batshit crazy.
Democrats keep making all this
It's over.
They gonna open that border because 2030 is coming. They need People are leaving these Democratic cities and states in droves. And they need they need people to come into these cities and states because they need the census. 2030, they're going to be counting the census. So they need to keep it down. They need to get back those seats. I'm telling you guys, mark my words, if we let the Democratic Party in office, the first thing they're going to do is open that border because they have to, because they don't care about Americans. The only thing they care about is power. And they're losing it because Americans are leaving their city and states in droves. And they need to that's why they're bringing in these illegals because they're going to count them. They need bodies.
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 That's representation in Congress.
Yes.
That's all they want. Those seats don't belong to them. They own the seats right now. They own some seats.
Yes, that's right. That's why they keep gerrymandering and redistributing. That's why they're doing it, guys, because they don't believe in you having conservatives, Republicans having representation. They are the real kings and the dictators. Everything they're blaming Trump on, they're totally on that. We're flipping the red. Where we going?
Hey, back out from there.
Let's go.
Randall Jackson, bro. Get the bottom there, baby.
Ray Johnson is over for you.
Randall Jackson, get the bottom there, baby.
You should have never messed with Will America.
Yeah, Philly's like that.
Yeah.
Out of it.
Philly, look. Tell him, he said, get this video where he said, get the video with, because he gonna say, Philly said this. What'd you say, Philly said?
Hey, Brandon Johnson.
Hell no.
No, you get the bottom of that seat. Y'all man, Philly said so.
Philly said that.
Yeah, Philly said that. You get the bottom of that seat. Like they were playing. You think they were entertaining when they was coming down there? The joke on you, buddy. Get out of here.
And that's on Philly.
And that's what Philadelphia.
Red
Land free. Right here.
We need you to say
This is the land.
We need you to say
promised land.
to Philly.
Promised land. When it comes to seek freedom.
That's right.
And tie down progressive.
That's right.
Down there.
Let's go. Let's go. We flipping the red, baby. We flipping the red.
President Trump.
Hey, y'all. No. You joke on you.
Joke on you.
Joke on you. Shame on you if you don't know what's been going on. Shame on you. Shame on you if you're not paying attention to that you're being taxed up out of your community. Shame on you. Joke's on you. Can't afford your taxes. Can't afford to live in any Democratic ran city or state. Shame on you. Shame on you if you can't see that illegals are taking over your community. Shame on you. It's not a shame on us, it's a shame on you. Shame on you that you can't see your property taxes.
Ice in Philly.
Right.
The skin color stop. In Chicago, they're going to tax you to the Philly.
In the name of oppression. In the name of oppression. In the name of oppression.
Yes. What would they say?
All people ain't
Hey, Zoe. You know on there, Alonzi. Wait, Alonzi, tell me on the tag. Look, we got
we got the sugar tax. We got the property tax, the sugar tax, the property tax.
Wait, Alonzi, because this is everything we got. What you say, Alonzi?
We got the sugar tax. We got the property tax, the city wage tax. Hold on. We got
Uber tax.
Uber tax, the streaming tax.
the Uber tax, the Amazon tax,
She said we took it. She want
the cigarette tax. What's the one?
Bag tax.
Bag tax. We got the plastic bag tax. We got the gas tax.
Our taxes went up, our bad taxes went up to 15 cents.
Black tax.
Look, we have black tax. Listen, guys. Mark my words. They're going to figure out a way to tax the air. Obstacle. Watch.
The grand no scam taxes. The Stop Trashing Your Air Act by Councilwoman Jamie Gutierrez is going to raise your property taxes. They don't tell you that part though. 67% of our trash already goes to landfills. She's in City Hall arguing over 34%. And that 30-something% is going to raise your property taxes to a tune of, I think they said about 6 million. I think it was 6 million or 6 billion, something like that. 6 million a year that goes to the citizens because of her stupid bill, a frivolous bill. So,
What we're saying,
they invested 500 million in the same crackhead projects. She's going to renovate a high tower project in West Philly, West Park Towers. She refused to tear them down and build it for cheaper. She's going to spend $500 million of our tax money to rehab the towers, which is detrimental to the black community because of the infestation of drugs. That's why you see all of the towers in every major city get tore down because they're drug hubs. They're
it.
drug hubs.
Absolutely.
So we got to get those projects tore down and save them 500
And we have to
Each one over here, baby. You know what I mean? Each one teach one over here.
And they got to stay together. We got to push for marriage.
And it's all patriots here. Black, white, and right.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Love is love
We have
over
to
here.
push that.
Christ is king.
Yes.
Got to stand on it. Can't be afraid to talk about it, man. Man got to lead.
Come through the roof.
Man got to lead. Get back to it.
That's it. We heard it from Philly, straight from Philly. Chicago, let's go, Chicago. Philly, let's go. We flipping the red.
we want safe for something buses and trains.
Right.
We don't want our children smoking weed on something trains. We don't want the homeless on something trains.
Shame.
We don't want them running amok on these something buses and trains.
Shame.
No more money to suck on it till they clean it up. Clean it up. Like any other business.
There was never no fight.
Never know what we do with it. What did the KKK in 2026? What did the party switch?
The parties never switch. Yeah, the party switched. When Martin Luther King left the Democrats, left the Republicans and went to Democrats, the blacks went with him. That's the only party switch I know of. It wasn't no party switch. We the Republicans. Black Republicans. It don't matter if you Trump or not. You black Republican.
History. That's our
Foundation.
foundation. The history.
You know what I mean? Learn the history. This is our nationality, our history right here.
Right.
Republican, we conservative. That's why we don't see eye to eye with the transgender. We don't see eye to eye with illegals coming over here and taking our shit. We don't see eye to eye with the ideologies they push on us because that's not us.
Right.
Let's go. America first. There's a marksman.
USA.
I hope they go.
I'm in the right place. I'm in the right place. We all push it. We gonna get it. That's what I was told. I'm going to straight place. And we gonna get it. Right now. We want air and we gonna get it. Get a picture, please. Hang on.
Danny. Danny.
We're gonna get rid of all of the administrators. Why do we make top administrators in the school districts? We making stuff fit in the school. That's insane.
Young Nina. Young Nina. That's a nice picture.
And then also, a lot of doing the research. Right there. I wanted to get
Sorry, guys.
Johnson, hey, we got a bus for now. Ice.
He's also vice lord.
So look, the word on Philly Street is too that Brandon Johnson is right.
Brandon Johnson, I'm gonna tell you what I feel about him, and I ain't from Chicago. I think he a piece of shit. Honestly and truthfully, in the word on the street is he a Haitian. That's why all these illegals get to come over here and live comfortably in our country, and nobody doing nothing about it. But the black conservatives is for Trump, and we here for each other. And this my sister, you know, and we gonna ride this out, man. You know what I mean? Black Americans for Trump 2026 and beyond, baby.
That's right. Right on the street, you're a Haitian. We have to go to now. Oh, okay.
You gotta get the legal there.
When they kill a family member or a friend, when are you gonna wake up and realize that? It's not here in Philly, India, Chicago. Mayor Byron Johnson is a bumbling idiot, like my friend Tony would say. Mayor Byron Johnson's an idiot, and he's gonna be a one-term mayor. He's a one-trick pony. He's just as bad as J.B. Pritzker. That fat ass son of a bitch.
One trick.
Eyes.
Get on the way.
Mayor.
I'm gonna say this forever.
Hey.
You're not registered to vote. We here to help you register.
Right.
Awesome, man. I'm so proud of y'all. I'm so proud of y'all.
Damn it. Ain't been all right. It's like that late. It's fun. That's crazy. I say.
Why you gotta move the battery? That happens after the time. Right here. Yeah, I'll have to take this up.
That's right. Jesus came.
We have the president doing a very good job. You don't need to take up.
Thank you.
I saw one of my neighbors.
We got a president, a fine one.
He's in there.
It's a lot of patriots there. Don't let them fool you. I don't make protest. Don't let them fool you.
Yeah.
You ain't about to sleep again.
I about to end it. Yeah, no. Yes, sir.
Gas. So as you see, you see how Philly, the love Philly, you see what's going on in Philly. Listen, guys, this is a nationwide movement. This is real Americans that saying enough is enough. And they're saying, and we are saying, we're taking our citizens out of the state and country back. This is what real organic grass Americans look like. Don't pay to protest. We're not paid to do this. We do this because we love the country, we love our city and state, we love the people. This is why we do this. This is all organic. And we love you all. This is Philly, baby. Philly. Get out and vote. Breathe. Chicago, get out and vote. Breathe. Rain, wave, coming.
Red wave coming, baby. All right. In conclusion, Chicago has locked arms with Philadelphia. Where are we next? LA? New York City? Milwaukee? Detroit? Jersey? Baltimore? DC? North Carolina? What we got? What we got in North Carolina? Charlotte? Atlanta? Charleston? And we gotta go down, make our way down to Houston, Dallas, Austin, Arizona. All right, please like, share, and subscribe. We made it.